Gratt was all alone, but the forest sharpened his senses and skills. He learned about animals and plants, so he learned how to survive because of them. He foraged for food in the forest and used his bow to hunt and fish in a lake. Gratt wondered what lay beyond the lake. One evening, he crossed it and ventured deep into the forest. Hearing voices behind a hill, he crept up and saw a village below. As he watched, something struck his head. By morning, he awoke with a headache, tied to a tree in the village square. That night, curious people came and went and chatted behind him. In the morning, a man asked Gratt why he was spying. As Gratt explained,
"To be honest, I wasn't spying. I was lost and ended up close to your
the man
village."
noticed his tattoos and froze. They were from his old tribe. When Gratt named his parents, the man was stunned. It was his brother's name. He untied Gratt.
My name is Skatu, and I am your uncle. My wife too died in that attack, and the people in this village are the survivors of the terrible attack of Magala
Skatu
tribe.
said he was sorry for the loss of Gratt's parents. It was a bless from the gods that he found them. Gratt's survival too had to be a miracle. Skatu also added that they would sit and talk about it. Later, two young men arrived. Gratt's cousins, Feitu and Skatu. Years passed, and Gratt's speech shifted from what happened to what would happen if the village wasn't ready for an unexpected attack of the townsmen. Gratt became influential and started motivating people. He visited other villages and gave his message.
We are unstoppable. Let's train, arm ourselves, and stand strong. Please contribute whatever you can for weapons.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm
The
talking
villagers
about.
contributed. They were generous. Gratt had enough money to buy weapons. Gratt's experience made him strong and sharp. Peace, as Gratt knew, could never be trusted as long as the shadow of the city loomed. With his cousins, he decided to make a raft, cross the lake, and go to Bunja town.
When you enter the town, Berkey, you will go and get news about Morphia. You, Feitu, go to the market and buy the weapons. I will be waiting for you in the bush.
They too bought the weapons.
I like the swords. They are good. I'll take 10 of them.
Berkey met Amorphia.
Hi, Omorphia. Gratt sent me to ask about. He wants to know if you are all right.
I am fine. Where's he? Can I talk to him, please?
I am sorry. He is outside the town in the bushes. I can take you there if you want.
Berkey took Amorphia to Gratt, who was in the bush. He was surprised to see Amorphia. She explained to him her situation.
It's good that you came. I am planning to leave town. My father wanted me to marry an old rich man. Please, can you help me? I can go with you instead.
Gratt and Amorphia agreed to meet in the same spot the following day. He and his cousins carried the weapons and went back to Sheriko village. The following day, Gratt and Amorphia met and came to Sheriko village. He was thinking if it was the right thing to do. Would she be happy in a strange place with strange people? Amorphia felt a stranger in the village at first, but later she got used to people as they were kind and helpful. They loved her. 1 year later, Gratt proposed to Amorphia. The whole village attended the ceremony. They laughed and danced. It was a happy day for everyone. Gratt and his cousins were responsible for providing training and weapons to the village fighters. Gratt's reputation spread to other villagers who joined them to form strong warriors. The village grew and improved because of trade with other tribes. New huts, inns and markets were built to accommodate the newcomers and traders. Gratt and his cousins explained to the villagers the importance of an alliance with other villages and tribes. So he formed a delegation and went to Bunja town first. He met Rabo, Bunja's chief, and his council, and talked to them about the necessity to join forces and stand up against the Sagana city warriors.
Chief Ravo, council members, I come to offer, not ask. Sheriko is strong again, trained warriors, weapons, and people ready to fight. But strength is greater when shared. The city horsemen already take your food and gold. Tomorrow, it could be worse. Let's not wait. Stand with us. Let's protect each other. Trade will enrich us. Unity will defend us.
The chief of Bunja town and his council shook hands with Gratt and agreed that an alliance should be formed. The following day in the morning, Gratt met Vilka Omorphia's father, He was angry and accused Gratt of kidnapping his daughter.
For your knowledge, you are talking about my wife. She wasn't kidnapped. She left the town because of your wrongdoing. You can't force somebody to marry someone they don't love.
Filky looked confused. He stopped for a moment to grasp what Gratt had just told him. He is right, he thought. And with a voice of regret, he said,
You are right. I think I pushed her hard, very hard. Please, when you go back, can you tell her that I am sorry and that we miss her so much?
Gratt asked about Caradio. Filk told him that he was ill and died. The twins moved to Sagana City. When Gratt went back to his village, he informed Amorphia that he met her father.
I met your father in Bunjatown. He seems to have really regretted what he has done. They miss you a lot, and your mother is very worried about you.
The following day, Amorphia went to visit her family. She missed them a lot, especially her mother.
Since you left, I've been sick with worry, praying every day for your return. Now that you're safe, I can finally breathe again. If anything had happened to you, I'd never forgive your father.
The army chief of Sagana informed the governor about Gratt's tribal alliance. Furious, the governor ordered him to attack Bunjatown first, then Shariko village. News came to Gratt that Sagana soldiers were planning to attack Bunjatown. Gratt sent his scouts to Sagana and his messengers to the other tribes and villages to get ready for war. He also ordered that the walls and gate of the town fortified. All the tribes and villagers received the message that Bunja was going to be attacked and that they had to prepare their warriors for war with the city soldiers. They should come, hide in the forest around Bunjatown and wait for the signal. The city soldiers approached Bunjatown with confidence, only to find its gates fortified. A signal echoed through the forest. Warriors burst out from all sides in a fierce, swift assault. Caught off guard, many soldiers fled back to the city. The Bunja warriors, using hit-and-run tactics, struck hard, then rushed back to defend the town. Sounds of cheering and chants of victory echoed across the battlefield as warriors raised their fists high triumphantly. The sounds were followed by horns and rhythmic drum beats. The soldiers limped back to Sagana, wounded and defeated. Their furious chief couldn't believe his elite troops had been beaten by villagers.
We need to infiltrate in the city the night before the war.
Gratt sent scouts to find a way into the city, planning a surprise attack before the soldiers regrouped. At night, his men slipped behind the walls, opened an old gate, and entered through an old tunnel. They aimed to unlock the main gate for the warriors during the assault. Gratt's warriors galloped toward the city gates, mud flying beneath their hooves. Clad in fur-trimmed armor, they wield axes and spears.
Together we show our power and strength to the enemy by defeating them in their land and home.
Claybo, the city chief of warriors, standing on the wall of the city, couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the Nubner of warrior heading toward the city gate and trying to set fire on it. He ordered the archers to get ready and shoot. Warriors in fur-lined armor marched toward the burning city, shields raised. A flaming catapult strike set a tower ablaze, smoke and debris filling the sky. Orange firelight cuts through the chaos as they advance with fierce resolve. The terrified citizens of Sagana City fled through the tunnel and the crumbling walls at the back of the castle. At last, the warriors who infiltrated the city through the tunnel opened the city gate, and warriors poured in. Most soldiers and citizens have fled. The governor and army chief surrendered with little resistance and were chained. The new elected government would deal with them when things were settled down. Few damages were caused to the city, as the war was focused on breaking the walls and the city gates. New agreements between Gratt and the new governor and his council were on the way. The leaders of the villages, the new governor and his council, agreed on the proposal.
For true peace and prosperity, there will be no more taxes or protection fees. It's a rip-off. No more village raids, no more captives. From now on, trade between the city, villages and tribes will be free and fair for all.
Gratt shook hands with the new governor and left, heading to Bunja, then to Shariko, his village. The city lived in peace and prosperity, and so did the villages and the towns.
Wow, Grandma. This is great. You should be a novelist.
I didn't want to go further in details and descriptions. Our time is limited, but I am glad you liked it. Now I have to go. Your mother must have come back from shopping.
Thank you, Grandma. See you later.